So we've been very bullish on China. We got very bullish, as I mentioned, back in 2022. We've stayed long China. I think actually in our international and our emerging market funds, we might be the top allocators within that region to China. Yeah, so we're really bullish there. What I would say is that the fact that they're meeting is a real positive. There's definitely been, some hand grenades thrown back and forth between the two. I think that the last time they met was back in 2019. That was for a brief period in Japan, and before that it was at Mar-a-Lago. They're not going to meet in Korea without some positives to share for the market. The reality is President Xi knows that he needs to continue to strengthen his economy. He wants to open up some of the pathways for communication. So I think that there are real positives that could come out of this. EVs are one thing they're going to tackle. Rare earths are another. The rare earth thing is funny because they're actually not rare, as we know. They're just refined in China. But these are real levers. And the reality is we need the two superpowers to work together. So I think this could be a real catalyst. But to be quite candid, I think the main catalyst is you've got a lot of earnings growth coming out of China, really low valuation, and they're a sleeper in the AI trade. And if you look at what's going on in the U.S., I mean, Jensen Huang came out this summer and said that DeepSeek and Tencent and Baba, he said their models are as good as ours. And I don't really think that Americans are fully pricing that in. And I think there was a lot of scare, maybe several months back about delisting of ADRs. That has not come to fruition. I do not think that would be good for either country. The reality is China wants capital. She wants money to flow into China, and he wants investment from the U.S. And Trump knows that he needs to work with Xi to find a path here. Fentanyl is the big wild card. If they find a way to talk about that and restrict some of that coming to the U.S., that'd be a big win. So this is probably the beginning of meetings. I would expect they meet again, hopefully around Christmas time, maybe Mar-a-Lago. Maybe we get another meeting in Florida between Xi and Trump.
Do you model, and the prism here for John Mowrey, folks, is Texas, which we all agree is its own unique, separate enemy. I needed a passport to get through the George Bush Airport in Houston.
Sure.
Yeah, they customs.
I think it's the 9th largest economy in the world.
Is it?
I think so.
Thank you.
It's big. It's really big.
So if we do this China AI thing and all the happy talk and Trump means Xi and all that, does that mean the Chinese economy actually lifts up and they get back to a real consumption that's been missing?
I think it's very possible. I really do. I think that if you look at what's going on, Jack Ma coming back was a big deal. Pony Ma has come out. He's the CEO of Tencent in support of some of the moves that Xi is making. So I think that Xi can take a page from the playbook of Trump, that you need to be working with your top leaders of the biggest companies, the biggest employers, in order for the country to thrive. So I think that Xi is doing that. He did clean house in his cabinet recently. That's an interesting move that he made. So he definitely has stacked it with people that are aligned with him. But if I'm being honest, it's no different than generally what we see here in the U.S., people trying to put people around them that they think are aligned with them. So I do think that we have some upside here.